Here's my squash bed. Way back in the spring, this is our new property, and because there was a little bit of room here and there's a south-facing light, I decided I would just, I had tarped this up, and in the spring unrolled the tarp and just planted squashes. It looks like most of these have died back or are in the process of dying back, and I am going to come through and harvest some of these that no longer need to just sit here on the ground, and I'll take them up to the house and see if I can prepare them for winter storage. Let's see what I have hidden in here. This is a nice sized squash. This is like a Hubbard, I think. On over here, a little, an individual sized watermelon. I think it's a sugar baby watermelon. I think I saw a couple more small watermelons. Here's one right here. And there's another one of those squashes. We'll see what we've got here. Usually you can tell when a squash is ready to be picked. Once, you know, the vines die back, that's a sure sign. You have the stem really hardening off, and then this little curlicue here that comes off, you'll have the squash coming off the vine. You will have a leaf coming off at that point, and then you will have this little tendril. And when that tendril browns off like this, that's generally time when it's okay to harvest this. So I think this one, small as it is, I think it's ready to harvest. Let's come on down here and see what else has been revealed now that the leaves are dying back. These are, I think these are called Cinnamon Girl, and they are a pie pumpkin, and you can tell here the little curlicue is dying back. There are more here. Another one right here of that kind, and here's another one which seems to be ready also. A number of them. Oh, I am so lucky this year. This right here is a honey nut, and this is just like a miniaturized butternut squash, kind of a single serving type of butternut. Here's another small one which is still growing, so this one will be left on. The green needs to turn. There's a number of little ones. There's one over there. We have a root that has grown in from this juncture here. Some of these quite prolific. I've got a lot of them in here. A lot of the pie pumpkins. Now we have a lot of Canada crookneck squashes, which is another butternut type of a winter squash. This one, I think it got hit by the, not the lawn mower, but the little grass sweeper thing. It hit that, but this will be one that will be eaten first. I think this one is, there's that little tendril. You could probably pick that. There's another one there. Lots in here. That one in particular, that's a butternut, because I did plant butternuts down at this end. Here's one. Here's another one. Quite immature, so I'm just going to let that one go. Look at that one. Whew. Another biggie over there, and that butternut over there. I'm going to get to harvesting, and let's see how many I can pick. There are a few that I'm going to be leaving to grow a little bit more on the vine, but I think it's time to pull some of these in. I do have some damage here, probably rodent damage, and I had noticed that, so one of the reasons I want to pick this harvest now is to prevent any more of this. I have about 2 or 3 Canada crooknecks and 2 butternuts and about a half a dozen the honey nuts, the little personal butternuts, and then these bigger kombuchas that have to stay on the vine just a little bit longer. Here's a wonderful crop. All these pie pumpkins. I think that's fabulous. I am just overjoyed with the amount. There is a Canada crookneck. I did pick one of the kombuchas and realized that the stem really wasn't hard enough, but I think it should be okay. A few of these baby watermelons. Pardon for the wind, and I think we're getting some more rain. But let me get through this here. Here's the little baby butternuts here, and a couple crooknecks. Here's more crooknecks through there. And look at this pile of butternut and crooknut. This one right up here I'm gonna leave. That little curlicue is still green, and I don't want to pick it too early. So let me get these into the baskets and load it up into my vehicle and get under cover before it starts raining a whole lot more than it is right now. See you in a bit. A little stopover to see Peanut and Petunia. These guys are 2.5 months old, getting their afternoon meal. Even some tomatoes and cucumbers. They seem to prefer the feed. They're doing a pretty good job at their little paddock here. And in about perhaps a month, we're going to break out one of these panels and stretch their paddock out into the woods more so they can dig up any roots and grubs that they find to their liking. Bye, girls. Now here's our other garden. This is the corn patch / pumpkin patch. I have pumpkins planted amongst the rows of corn. We've gotten a decent amount of corn off this patch. As you can see, I do have some giant pumpkins in here. Back there, that's a particularly big one, along with this guy down here. I think those are Connecticut field pumpkins. Another fairly large one down here, and one peeking through the corn stalks and the weeds down there. We've had a couple breakthroughs with raccoons, but all in all, I think we haven't had to share too many. That's a quick look at my new gardens. Mostly they were just a plant and let go, not too much managing going on. I think they were quite a success. I liked the harvest that I got. Thanks for following. Subscribe, like, comment. So until the next time that we can go digging in the dirt, happy gardening. Bye.